Hi everybody. Today we're going to talk about immigration scams. Unfortunately, there's thousands and thousands of people out there that are taking advantage of the immigrant and non-immigrant community and selling them things that are completely false. This video is going to go through some of these common scams that are happening to people all the time these days, and I want you to be aware of them, and I want to give you also places to go so you know that you're in the right place when you're looking for information or help. Hi, I'm Andrea Chev, and I'm the managing attorney at Chev Law Group in Los Angeles, California. I've been immigration attorney for well over 17 years, and I put together these videos to give you short, concise, and really reliable information on all types of immigration issues. If you like this video and you want to hear more, please don't forget to subscribe, and also don't forget to hit that bell so you're notified the next time a video comes out. All right, let's talk immigration scams. And I'm hoping I'm catching you before and none of you out there have been victim already to some of these scams that we're going to go through in this video. Now, I'm just going to touch on just a few of them. And I'm also at the very end of the video going to talk about some resources that you should go to if you do need information or you need help with a visa, because it's really important to know where you're going and where are good places that you should be going so you don't get caught going down a rabbit hole of someone who's really trying to take advantage of you. So the overwhelming thing to remember when you're dealing with scams is the idea of if it sounds too good to be true, it likely is too good to be true, especially in the world of immigration. Right now, immigration is such a difficult area, and there's so many walls and borders that are being put up between people that want to get visas or become permanent residents or become citizens, that if something sounds really easy, then I would step back and try to question if that's really something that makes sense or is really true. And kind of look around and make sure that you're getting the right advice for what you're trying to do. So that is the overwhelming advice I can give you from the very outset, that if it sounds too good to be true, it's likely too good to be true. So one of the scams that is very popular out there is, hey, I know somebody. If you pay me money or if you call me or work with me, I know some people on the inside that can expedite your process or make sure that you get your visa. I know some congressmen, or I know some people in USCIS, or I know some officers. It is all BS. It is not true. Nobody knows somebody, and if they know somebody, unlikely they're going to advertise it like that and tell you in order to convince you to come work with them. If someone needs to tell you that and try to convince you to pay them to work with them because they know somebody, they're probably not the most upstanding person to begin with. So make sure if someone is trying to get you to pay them because they can expedite something or get it faster for you, or if you know you're not qualified for a visa, but they can get it for you because they know somebody, it's a scam. It is clearly not something that you want to do. Okay, that's one. Another one is the diversity lottery. The diversity lottery happens every year and it is free. There is no charge for the diversity lottery. Anyone can do the diversity lottery, and you should not be scammed into paying someone to apply or to join the diversity lottery. Now, if you want to pay somebody to help you apply and be part of the diversity lottery, then that's your prerogative and there's no problem. And there are lots of people out there that will take your money, but you don't need to, and there's no fee or anything to be in the diversity lottery. It is completely free. Also, you must know that USCIS has nothing to do with the diversity lottery and how the functioning of it or the process of it. So you should not be getting anything from USCIS with regard to the diversity lottery and joining the diversity lottery. So be very cautious of that. The other thing you have to be very cautious of is that the Department of State, which controls the diversity lottery process, does not inform you by email or phone call or letter that you've been selected in the diversity lottery. There is a process that you go through that if you go to the diversity lottery website on the Department of State's platform, you will see that there is a process that you go through in order to find out if you were picked in the lottery. So if you get an email from the Department of State saying, congratulations, you've been picked in the diversity lottery, be cautious. step back again and realize maybe that's not really a correct email. Maybe that's not a legitimate thing. And go to the Department of State's website and go through the process to actually find out if you really were picked, and then go through the steps necessary after that. Okay? So we've gone through now the diversity lottery, things that you need to be aware of. And also we've talked about if things are too good to be true and someone can get you to the front of the line, doesn't smell good, and make sure you're very cautious of it. Students, people that are applying for F1 visas, be very cautious what school you are paying or you're communicating with when you're looking to do an F1 visa or you're looking to enroll in a program. Not every single school qualifies you to get an F1 visa. So be very cautious to make sure that the school is listed on the Council for Higher Education website and that they are qualified to be able to give you an I-20, which is a form that you're required to have in order to give to the consulate to get your F1 visa, your student visa. They're qualified to get you that because we've heard a lot of cases where people will pay universities or schools, and they'll pay them in order to get an F1 visa, and then they find out at the consulate that it's not even a legitimate school and it's not even a legitimate I-20. So be very, very cautious to make sure you do your homework when you're a student enrolling in a university trying to get a student visa, that that school qualifies as a school that can give or qualify as a school that can provide an F1 visa or support for an F1 visa through an I-20. Okay, be very careful. Another thing that I've seen a lot is people that want to do it themselves and they want to fill out the immigration forms, and all of a sudden they say, well, I paid this person, I paid this website, I paid this, I went to USCIS and I paid this to get the forms. The forms on uscis.gov are free. There's no charge for those forms. So if you're paying someone to get forms online to fill out yourself, then you're not there. It's not really that you're doing it. You're actually paying a third party that has nothing to do with immigration. The filing fee that you must send in with your USCIS forms is completely separate. But if you want the actual forms yourself to fill out and read the instructions yourself and fill out the forms and mail them in, you should not be paying anyone online to get those forms. Those forms are completely free at uscis.gov. Okay? Another thing to be aware of is when you're paying fees to the government, you will never, ever, well, I should say never ever within the realm of immigration, never ever pay a fee to a person on the phone or by email. We don't do that in immigration. Fees are not paid to a person on a phone or through email. So if you have a phone call from someone or you call some number that you get online and they ask you, oh, well, you have to pay your filing fee of $465 to file an adjustment, can you please provide your credit card? You are in a scam, you're in the wrong place, and you need to hang up immediately and actually go back to the directions and look where you're supposed to mail in the application that you're trying to petition for and what the filing fee is and the parameters of how you pay. Usually it's always by check or money order mailed to the location that you're paying. We do not pay to people that call us or that we call, or we do not get an email and send our credit card information through email to somebody to make payment. It's usually always through a system or actually a check mailed to the government, made out to the government, the Department of Homeland Security, usually. So be very, very careful. The last one I want to touch on is regarding employers. Employers are required to have you fill out an I-9 form, all employees an I-9 form that they have to keep on file in their offices. So an I-9 form is not required, I repeat, is not required to be mailed to USCIS. Okay, so be sure that if you get an email asking for you to send in your I-9 forms, and it is an email, I believe it has actually USCIS in the actual email address that you will get. If they're asking you to send in your I-9 forms, do not send in your I-9 forms. Those forms are to remain with the employer to be disclosed if requested in person by certain agencies. It is not ever asked, can you please mail in or email me all your I-9 forms? It is a scam. It is probably going to take that information from your employees and do something that they should not be doing with them. So be very careful if you're an employer and you have someone asking for an I-9 form. Ask again. Question that, because unlikely it's something legitimate that you should be doing. Okay, I've gone through now a few very popular and very common scams that are going on right now today as we speak. So please be aware of those scams. There is a website on uscis.gov that deals with common scams, and they actually list them out and they give you really good detailed information on them. Some of them I've already talked about, and there's some that are on there that I haven't talked about. I will put that website in the description below this video for you. Also, if you have information or question that you need information on with regard to any kind of immigration process, please do your homework of who you're talking to. One, you want to make sure if you're dealing with USCIS, it's uscis.gov. There's no other different make of that website, because there's all these different really scam websites that have USCIS in them. But if it's not uscis.gov, it is unlikely that it's the government website. The same with the Department of State website. I will put a link down below in the description of how you can reach the Department of State. The Diversity Lottery also, I will put that link below also. And if you're dealing with attorneys or professionals, there is always a good idea to do your homework on them. Reach out to people that you know, see whoever's worked with them before in the past, look at all their information online, watch if they have videos, if they have blogs, if they have recommendations on the internet. But most importantly, you could always check with American Immigration Lawyers Association, AILA. AILA has a list of any immigration attorney who is a member of the Immigration Lawyers Association. Now, of course, there are bad attorneys, right, that are members, I guess, of the Immigration Lawyers Association. But the Immigration Lawyers Association is an upstanding organization that if you're a member, you're likely to be someone who is upstanding and really cares about their clients and works within the immigration community a lot. So you might want to do homework by checking with the American Immigration Lawyers Association to make sure someone that you're dealing with, an attorney, is actually a member of that organization. You also can contact your local bar association. Every attorney who is a licensed attorney is a member of their state bar association. I'll put an email, I'll put in the description below the address of the California Bar Association. So you can contact them. You can actually go online and do a search for the attorney, see if they have any, issues that they've had in the past with other clients, or they have any malpractice cases that were brought against them. So you can actually do your homework pretty easily online to do a lot of searching and looking at the person that you plan on working with and giving your precious money to help you with your process. So again, do your homework, be aware of the scams that I brought up. Make sure you stay up on the scams that are happening all the time, unfortunately, on the website I will put down in the description. And be safe, okay, out there, because this is your life and it's super important that you make sure that you partner with an attorney or someone that's helping you that you can trust and walk through this very complicated and very stressful process with you the entire way without complicating things by them trying to mess with you and trying to take money from you or take advantage of you because of the sensitive and very difficult time you're going through. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you a lot of really good information on immigration scams that you can avoid and be aware of. If you liked the video, please don't forget to subscribe, and also don't forget to hit that bell so you're notified the next time a video comes out. Stay safe, and I look forward to talking to you next time.